The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Hey, Echo.
Kill. Check 24, check 24.
On second and 11 now. Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. On third and long, it's Carr. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Mack Wilson providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Mayfield on play action. He finds Beckham complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
A run for Nick Chubb. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
King. Hey, alert.
Here's Mayfield. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now Joe Mixon. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Go, go. Express. Get down, get down.
Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Mack Wilson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Mixon. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the gun to give to Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Point it right. Silver. 51's a mic.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Right down.
Double tight.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it'll be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mayfield looks to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll make our score 14-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On the ground, it's Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Now Chubb. And he is
is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Set, 180.
Let's go. Double time, double time.
Hurry, hurry. My time.
On 3rd down, Benjamin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
50.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's put that team on the front.
King.
Now a give right side. Benjamin. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Carr, and some space here. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now, 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. Credit that break up to Greedy Williams.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First down, Cleveland.
A toss play to Chubb. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mayfield off the play fake. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
93.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bullock good on the extra point. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. 23 yards, the final tally.
93.
Carr now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, it didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, Carr. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive. But on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Again, it's Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Carr going to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. Carr completes it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Following the interception, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Go, Mike. 180. Hey, let's calm down. Hey. Okay, double up. Take 4.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
180. Let's go, defense. King. Hey, seam 6. Go. My time.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He finds his target, Beckham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They go play action. Mayfield going for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 29 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
57's Mike. Hey, Alpha. Here we go.
From midfield, here's Carr. Got a man open. It's Ross. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Carr again. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye.